not everyone is built the same. Not everyone is going to make it happen. And you have to ask yourself, what type of person are you? Are you the type of person that is going to make it happen? Or are you the kind of person that is going to make an excuse? And either of those decisions is totally fine. Maybe you have a justifiable excuse. Maybe it makes sense. And maybe you're happy with sacrificing your goals for the reward of living in the comfort of the excuse that you've been presented with. And if that's the case, then that's totally fine. But I encourage you to have the awareness of the decision that you're making. If you're feeling lazy and your excuse is, you know what, it's not that I'm lazy, it's just that I guess I'm uninspired. I guess no one else inspired me. I don't have the right people around me to influence me positively, even though you're right here watching this video, which means that you have access to the internet. You have access to a bunch of people who you can learn from. You can decide to use that as your excuse, or you can decide that you're built different. You can decide that that's not the type of person you are. You can accept that whilst many people operate on that frequency, whilst many people operate on the frequency of looking for reasons why they can't do something, you are the type of person who's going to look for reasons why you can, who's going to look for reasons why you must, and is going to look for methods of how you will. Because ultimately, it's the person that looks for those methods, it's the person that sees life in a brighter way and sees their capability in a brighter way, who is able to actually get the things that they really want. There's something called the internal locus of control and an external locus of control. The internal locus of control is a concept where someone believes that they have the power within them in order to influence their world. Someone believes that them passing or failing their exams is down to them, and that they have the lever that they can pull to put in the work, to find the answers, to get that top grade. Or you have the other people. You have the people with an external locus of control. These people are those who believe that nothing is in their control. Are those who believe that those grades that they want to get, that money that they want to make, that business that they want to build, it's dependent on the government. It's dependent on who's elected. It's dependent on the tax rates, rather than it being dependent on them, rather than it being dependent on how good they are at finding a way to make it make sense. So I ask you now, and I want you to let me know in the comments, how does your mind think? Do you think with an internal locus of control, or do you think with an external locus of control? How have you been thinking, and how are you going to think going forward? Because understand this, if you've been thinking in an external locus of control type of perspective, it's not the end. When I say not everyone is built the same, I don't mean that from a perspective of some people just have it and some people just don't, and the people that don't can't get it. I mean it from a perspective of you get to make that decision every day of what type of person you are. And you can decide, maybe you're usually the person that thinks they do have control over the things that they achieve, over the accomplishments that they're able to acquire. But then the very next day, you have the power to decide, nah, nah, it's not up to me. It's up to the world. And you're probably not going to think about it in such a direct way, but the way that it's going to present yourself, part of the way that you're going to know is in your actions. Because if you don't believe that your actions are going to get you to where you want to get to, what are you likely to do? You're likely to not even try. And there lies the problem. If you have that external locus of control, is it not a self-fulfilling prophecy? Because now you're thinking you don't have control. So you don't take the steps to actually control your reality. And since you're not taking the steps to control your reality, what happens? Your reality becomes something that is formulated based on the steps that other people have taken to achieve their own reality. In other words, you are now a victim of the external world rather than being a victor. You are now a pawn on the chess table being knocked down for the sake of a greater purpose, for the sake of a bigger game that you don't even know is going on. But if you decide that you are going to be a victor, if you decide that you are built different, you're moving the chess pieces. You're not just a player. You're not just a pawn. You're not just a knight. You're not just a queen. You're not just a king. You are the player. So I want you to understand today, it's very important that you choose the right type of person that you want to be if you want to live a life of fulfillment, if you want to live a life of progression and growth. Because if not, if you don't want that, it's not so important. And if you do want that, but you don't become a master of your perception, a master of the way that you think, and you think that you're a victim to your environment, that you're a victim to yourself, that you're a victim to your feelings, it's not going to serve you. So again, ask yourself today, do you have an internal locus of control or do you have an external locus of control? And how will you operate going forwards? What kind of person are you? Are you built the same as everyone else who hasn't been able to get what they want to get out of life and who will never get what they want to get out of life? Or are you the kind of person who is built different? With that being said, I'm going to catch you guys in the next video. Have an amazing, have a miraculous day.